Encode your DNA. Pick. Yeah, good choice. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads, choosing a path, but for you, it's not only a crossroad.
Let me introduce myself. I'm...
Seems more like you're being light-headed if you...
But...
In your nature...
Right is always right. Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. For it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. Cut that one in half. Oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. That'll teach him. Wow, wow, wow. Almost there. Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation, the world as they knew it, crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. The deep cut. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure... He presents himself... He doesn't seem... There have been roots... The legend of the... The child could have been anyone, but the... It would... The impending threat of the... Had it... He understands. The potato. The nonos... You need to support the tree for a... You... He's grateful for all that... Now... He says you better hurry back to the... He lost you there for a while. The tree started to... The genetic evolution that occurred after... His friend Gizmo is working on a mecton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast.
Kusata geto mpa we moya ya mulu udeta muk gaba muk tafabobe muk kofa.
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories. He worries that he doesn't know what. Anyway, he's grateful for that. You still see.
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important. Out-of-Date says you will... The Myriad... The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world, and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
putuvun poputui.
Out of
Dole mawawanya. Satuata bakila.
he believes the tribe
Deno ko nunyo fobo.
mirror.
Loto lupayo. Mpa potobwata.
Regardless, another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's a bridge. Just get over it. Hey, nice shot. All things end. They've destroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began. That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem. Let's see. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war.
Zata il de moi tloho. Kariesne stanze. Par Yakut.
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He the news of a cold-blooded Ronin. He's referred. Says there is some darkness in the best of us, even you, and suggests you embrace that side of you and help them vanquish the tribes. Their kin must. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen.
Tel novazi ale luhodo na unavor odlisen in yom.
What?
To zadne od zivot.
See,
Zenakaz pipats na igileze. Zata yaput usisi
anyway, you'll
yeti rike.
Biomutant.
better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurled. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as... He asks how you are today. He thinks, and he... He says, that wasn't too bad, was it? But you need practice. Judging by your Muma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before. You know, you should know. As long as it does. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. Asks how you're feeling today. He wonders what he... You did well, but he can't help but wonder what... It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants... She wants you... That's all she's ever asked of you, that you'll try and give it... They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonder. That makes him wonder. There's no way they'll let you pass. He won't. They push each other.
sen nampuusa.
She asks if you're hurt. What happened?
Ansombara. Kala.
If
Asilnatu kanamunta.
it's time to focus,
Gendrana mala. Tropalo.
you won't need excuse. Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best.
Tumasakula imapela, muksa u in jamakuda hordatunka.
He ha-
Vaksa u intabadal, smishako her.
He'll talk to her.
Sirka full of indifference. Zatuna.
He's curious to.
Bestilka hukuka wana.
He could think some.
Wa.
He says it's about time.
Son. Wa.
The style might be too.
Shaku hachizavan. Mushtaka ala ubuntu. Atsini benafti.
He think
Untlo.
Domale tu.
your Muma says it's about time you got.
Domale tu.
Hopes you're as ready as you claim to be.
Antoro. Masammal.
She says
Masammal. Mustiki muhka.
But-
Ingavaldo.
that's a good attitude.
Kanyala no toro.
Your Muma says you did well.
Asana yotu tupu.
Thank.
Kanyala no tor. Andro. Drumblene marsamon. Orasa durut.
Says he's always thought so well of you. Just like her. Catchy.
Ala.
Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus that.
Tukonda.
She's happy you were.
Amun. Andro. Kamonu.
It's called an automaton.
Kanamunta.
You're lucky to have some.
Pendrine senema. Polakuto.
She's so happy you made the most of it. Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Biomutant from setting the world on fire. Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it.
Kututuku.
Your Muma says
Gumba. Chialdo male. Andro.
she tells you to stay back. This is...
Nimalagimamura. Nampusa.
Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity, when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. What can't you take? Tribe's caught a fluffy hog. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hog's on the loose. It was hard. They've received a group of jets. You should hurry there and help them storm the app. Look, an emergency box from the... Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. Feel the night wrap around you. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? That notice board, filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to the Toxanol Corporation. Toxanol never cared about. There must be. If only you were as tall as a tree. That's a myriad tribe outpost. A real match. Wow, wow. Close encounter. The Vespidat outpost, longtime home of the Myriad tribe. Says you need to hit them where it hurts. Inflict as much...
Nu så puncher you up. Det er levland, my friend.
Here's the first line of defense. That's a bomb lobber.